So this is the third video in a series on Ayurveda, and today's video is your spring grocery list according to Ayurveda. So I'm Karen, a holistic psychotherapist and Ayurvedic lifestyle instructor, and I bring you videos on holistic well-being so that you can live your best life. So according to Ayurveda, spring is the Kapha season. If you haven't already seen the other videos, I will link them up here. They'll explain to you a little bit in deeper detail what Kapha is. But basically, Kapha is made up of water and earth, so it's a very heavy season. And so by eating a Kapha diet in spring, we are balancing out the excess winter weight or the things that we've accumulated during the winter. And so in spring, generally, we lighten up our foods, we eat lighter, we eat less heavier foods like less oils, and we favor salads, excuse me, and easily digestible foods like berries and fruit, kale and spinach, and those kinds of foods. Foods to favor fall into 3 of the 6 taste categories. The foods to favor in spring fall into the category of pungent or spicy, bitter like lemons, and astringent like kale. So things again that draw out excess weight, excess water. So things that dry us out a little bit, because in the winter season we accumulate excess water, excess weight, and so again we should favor a diet that balances that out. So spring is really weird. It comes sometime, depending on where you live in the world, between March and the middle of May. And it does so very sporadically, like some days or some weeks can be a warm week and feel like summer, and then it goes back to a week of feeling cold like winter. So the way that we should eat in spring should mimic that, in the sense that on warmer days we should eat cooler foods and lighter foods, cooling foods like salads, and on colder days we should go with our natural inclination towards eating a little bit heavier, a little bit more oily foods like stews. So on warmer days, switch to spinach salads and berries and lemons and a little bit of spiciness like peppers. And on colder days, switch back to your winter stews. That would just help your body balance out what's going on in nature. It will counterbalance what's going on in nature. According to Ayurveda, in the spring, it's still important to cook most of our foods, not to eat them completely raw, unless it's a warm day where you're having a salad. But do cook your vegetables, your microgreens, and your, not your microgreens, so not your salads, but do cook your vegetables, even your fruit. If you can cook your apples, stew them a little bit, that's still very okay in springtime. So what foods first come to harvest in spring? Those are the kinds of foods that we should eat in the spring, and they are root vegetables. Things like ginger, turmeric, dandelion greens, collard greens, golden seal, Oregon grape. These are the foods that we should either favor in our teas or actually eat them as a meal, because these are the foods that pop up during spring. And foods like the grains, actually, rice, breads, pastas, they're not harvested, or the flours, they're not harvested in the springtime, they're actually harvested in the fall. And so we should favor those foods in the fall, but not in the spring. In the spring, we should reduce our consumption of rice, breads, pastas, and grains. In Ayurveda, cows are very much revered, and it is said in springtime that cows give birth to calves and that their milk should be going to their calves. And so Ayurveda promotes the fact of reducing our dairy intake in the spring months, because the milk is supposed to be going to the cows, not to us humans. Regardless, milk is a mucus producing substance which increases kapha. So if you're in springtime, you already have excess water stuff and mucousy stuff in us from the winter, and so it's best to reduce all kinds of foods that are mucus producing, dairy being a very big one. It's natural in spring to have less of an appetite, and so just go with that. That's very appropriate. Focus on reducing your weight, and that's because it's natural to accumulate extra weight during the winter months. Following a Kapha diet during the spring months will ensure that you can be doing that, And if you download the spring grocery list in the description box below, you can actually take this list and go to the grocery store and buy appropriate foods for this season. As an example, all food categories are represented on this grocery list, and it comes from Dr. John Douillard. It is not my own list. He is an Ayurvedic doctor. And here you'll have a list of vegetables, fruits, meats, dairy or lack of dairy, grains, legumes, herbal teas. It'll really give you a list to work with in the springtime, the next time you go grocery shopping. So I do encourage you to download this list because it's really important to eat seasonally for optimal health. I'm very happy that you are with me here on this Ayurvedic journey. And if you have any more questions, please do put them in the comment below and I will answer them. Thank you so much and have a great day and happy shopping. If you'd like to join the tribe, which is my weekly newsletter, you'll get free holistic educational tools delivered straight to your email box. And the link to join will be in the description box below this video. Also, if you're on Facebook, be sure to check out my Happy Holistic Method page and like it. The link will also be in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for notifications.